Haha, how you like that? What's up guys, Belamy here, and in today's video we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different to what you might be seeing on screen right now, but I just had to show you guys this Ravager that we caught in a raid that randomly happened when I opened up the game. I opened up the game, I killed a patrol of illagers, and yeah, the raid spawned and everything was going, you know, normal as a raid goes, and then you know, I figured I'd just off-screen do the raid real quick, nothing too special, and I would do some trading and get some more emeralds. But for some reason, whether it's to do with the trapdoors that are on my side of my house here or whatever, maybe the trapdoors inside here, but this Ravager just did not care about the village. He just ran all the way out here into my house, and he kind of just sat in here for no reason. And I couldn't finish the raid because I couldn't find where he went. I knew there was a Ravager, but I just didn't know where he was. And I found him in here, so I ended up kind of just locking him in the corner here. And so yeah, we have a pet Ravager now, and I've gone ahead and... Oh, okay, he's giving me a bit of a smack there. We named him Butternut. He's not very happy, so you need to be careful. Be careful when walking into my house, because if you go a little bit too close to the side here, you're going to get hit. But I'm actually just going to really quickly grab 2 panes of glass and replace that. Enough distractions. Today we're going to be going into the end, and we're not just going to be doing anything messing around with the dragon or, you know, messing around on the main island. We're going to be going out to the far end islands, and we're going to be looking for end cities, and hopefully get our hands on something special today. But before we go, I wanted to see if I can't enchant myself a crossbow and mess around with that a little bit today as our weapon of choice. So we're going to go ahead and enchant this a little bit here. We'll put quick charge on it first. We should probably put unbreaking on it so it lasts a little bit longer. Oh, our anvil broke. Do I have enough iron? Yeah, I got more than enough iron. There you go. Alright, we can put... We've already got quick charge and unbreaking. Let's put multi-shot. How much is that going to cost? 5. So cheap. And then mending is going to cost us another 9. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That seems pretty cheap to me. And we'll go ahead and put that on our bar here. And we got some ender pearls. And I'm actually bringing a decent stack of arrows with us, because crossbows, unlike our bow with infinity, actually consumes arrows. So we're going to need to take a bit with us. Now, I haven't actually used a crossbow that much in the past before. So I believe... oh, there we go. We got an actual advancement. Old Betsy. What is that actually for? That is for shoot a crossbow. Okay, figures. So I believe you hold right click to charge it. Oh, that charges quite fast. Obviously, it has quick charge. And then we fire it. Oh, it fires 3 arrows like that. That's the multi-shot, I'm guessing. Alright, well that's pretty cool. That's cool that I can quick charge it and just kind of pull it out and throw. But does it use 1 arrow when you... So I got 52, 62. Let's see. Did it, oh no, it only uses 1 arrow. I thought it would use 3, so that's actually really good. Makes no sense, but it's really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to head into the nether and take our path all the way over to our stronghold and then enter the end. And I'm going to do that really quickly here, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, so we are in our stronghold here. We're about to jump through the portal, but before we do, I thought I'd actually explain to you guys what the Totem of Undying is, if you're not exactly sure. It's a offhand slot weapon that can go... Well, you can actually hold it in your main hand as well if you want, if you just want to walk around with it. But it's better to just have it in your shield slot, and you just have it there passively. And all it's going to do is basically, if you die, from whatever means, it will revive you and leave you on about 1 health. I do believe, and gives you a second chance at life. And the reason why I'm taking this today instead of my shield, which I do have in case I do find I need it, the reason I'm taking this today is because when we're exploring the end and potentially finding an end city, hopefully, the end cities can get quite tall, and there is a slight fall risk when it comes to mucking around on end cities. So I thought, if by chance, if I got super unlucky and I fell off an end city or something of the likes, the Totem of Undying will actually save me. Unlikely that I'll actually die, because I do have Feather Falling rank 4 on my boots, but yeah, just in case, you know. So really quickly here, what we're going to do is build a little bit of a stairway here, because this makes me a little bit nervous, to be completely honest with you. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that, and we got a little bit of a stairway here. Now, the thing we're looking for is, if you remember from our episode where we killed the Ender Dragon, is this little lodestone node looking thing up here. I don't know what to actually call it. I guess it's a portal, so technically we call it a portal. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a little pillar up to that. Actually, we won't build a quick little stairway. Do we need a stairway? Not necessarily, but we may as well build one while we're here, because we'll most likely use this more than once anyway. We were just off. That's fine. We can actually just do this from here. Actually, no, we need to go down one. We were off by one. Off by one. So close yet so far. I'm just going to go ahead and waste some cobblestone to fix this, because otherwise it's going to bother me for the rest of the day. So to get through this portal, you'll notice it's a 1x1 space. So you can't actually fit in there in any way. And this is bedrock. You can't break this. There's no getting through this. You can sit here and mine it with the best pickaxe in the game, and you'll never get anywhere. The only way to get into this portal, well, the best way to get into this portal is to take an an ender pearl, and just throw it on in there, and hopefully it teleports you through, and it doesn't do anything weird, and you know, the Eye of Ender doesn't go through. So I'm going to go ahead, look straight in the middle here, throw that, and did it take us through? No, okay, it just went through. Let's try it one more time. Okay, it doesn't want to work. There we go. Remote gateway. We got the advancement for escape the island. Alrighty, so one of the first things you might notice where we're out here in the end, the far end islands, is that there's these weird looking tree things, and you'd be right in assuming that, because they are in fact a type of tree. And we can go ahead and cut these down. There are two ways to kind of deal with these trees. The first one is to just tap it at the bottom, and you will get a bunch of chorus fruit, which are fruit that you can actually smelt down into, I can't remember what the actual result block is. I have some cooking over here that I did ahead of time though, really quickly to show you guys. So we can actually cook these into popped chorus fruit, and you can take popped chorus fruit and make purple blocks. And these are just pretty cool purple crafting material. So you can make those, you can make stairs out of these, you can make planks, I do believe. Yep, you can make planks as well, and all sorts of stuff. So they're pretty interesting and pretty useful for a number of things. The other thing is, you'll see if you look up a little bit higher on the chorus trees, or the chorus fruit trees, whatever you want to call them, is there's these kind of bulbs. You can actually shoot these down with a bow, or you can break them with a tool if you wish as well, but you'd have to actually get up high enough to do that. And you'll get these chorus flowers, and these are actually essentially the seeds. So you can go ahead and plant these down, and these will grow into chorus trees or chorus fruit flowers as well. So yeah, they're pretty useful for that. You can actually take these over into the overworld and grow them there as well. You just have to make sure you grow them on actual end stone, because that's all they'll grow on. They don't require anything. You don't have to have water near them or anything. They just have to be on end stone, and that's about it. So before we head off here, I'm actually going to come back to this this point over here where our return portal is, and I'm actually going to take a screenshot using F2 of our coordinates, because I don't want to actually get lost out here, because if I get lost, that would be quite bad, and it's pretty easy to get lost out in this place if you don't use your coordinates, or you don't have a good sense of direction. So all we're going to do is we're just going to start heading. What direction are we facing? South. We're just going to head south by pretty much as far as we can until we see an end city, or at least something that's worth talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on running here for a little bit, and I might actually speed this up for you guys and just kind of play a kind of fast mode of me sprinting south. So be right back. Whew, okay, we can take a small breather. I know I played that in fast motion, but that was actually the longest 2.5, 3 minutes of my life crossing that, crossing that void with, and nearly running out of blocks the whole way. Now, you'll notice that right at the end I actually threw myself an ender pearl to teleport across. That's one of the traits of ender pearls. And the reason why I have it on my hotbar is in case I actually fall off when I'm doing some kind of bridge like that over the void. But what I'm going to have to do now is actually collect myself some more materials, because I brought about 4 or 5 stacks worth of cobblestone with me, but I ended up using a little bit of that to actually build my staircase into the actual portal out here itself, and I also just used another like 2.5 stacks going across that. So that was a good like 200 block gap across that. Maybe not quite. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it was like probably 150-ish, 150, 200 there somewhere. So I'm going to need myself some more blocks. Now the reason I brought cobblestone instead of just using endstone when I got here was because cobblestone's easy to see in the landscape, because you know it stands out amongst all the what do we call this color, like beige endstone. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that I ran out of that already, but I was anticipating, you know, having to go over the void like this, but I didn't anticipate having to do such a long stretch right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just connect this bridge out here, because I'll most likely be using this to go back, and I don't want to mess anything up. It's unfortunate that I had to use my wood, but I have some more on me in my ender chest if I happen to need that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some more of this endstone here, because if we have to do another gap like that, I'll be very bothered if I have to end up running back along it, grabbing some more stone, and then continuing the bridge after the fact. It might be a little bit harsh on my poor heart, but and not to mention that my actual pinky finger too, from holding that shift key down so hard. My biggest fear is actually falling off, so obviously. But yeah, just make sure that, guys, when you're bridging out across the void, you need to be careful. You need to make sure you're holding down that shift key or whatever button it is on console to keep you crouched. And you need to keep your fingers well away from your jump key, because if you're not paying attention and you're just hyper-focusing on holding that shift key and, you know, kind of getting a little bit sucked into what's happening, you may find that you're actually accidentally pressed the jump key. I've heard stories of people doing that when they're not paying attention, and they ended up just jumping and then falling straight into the void. But in case that does happen, you need to make sure that you have ender pearls on your bar, and I like to keep them as close to whatever tool, whatever block you're bridging with, because if you're bridging, you fall, you can just quickly throw an ender pearl and hopefully hit it back up onto the island and save yourself. Now the likelihood of you saving yourself is pretty low, because it's actually pretty difficult to do while falling, but it's a better chance than just falling into the void and dying 100%, so you may as well have them on your bar just in case. The other thing you need to be careful of when you're bridging, especially when you're bridging, is to make sure you understand where your eyes are facing, where your crosshair is, if we want to call that. Because if you're bridging and there happens to be an Enderman, as an example, I'll show you guys. If you're bridging across something like this, as you pull up, as you like start to reach your destination island, there could be an Enderman down there. And if you're bridging like this, you may actually look into its eyes as you're bridging. And if that happens, it's obviously going to aggro to you and start chasing you. And if you're on a 1x1 bridge out across the void, right on the edge of it, holding shift, all it takes is one hit from an Enderman, and he's going to knock you straight into the void. So you need to be super careful when doing this. But let's see, I have about 5 stacks, 5 and a bit stacks. So we're going to continue on south here, and I'll either speed this up for you guys or skip forward until we've run, depending on how long it actually takes for us to find something. So enjoy. And never mind, I've just gone quiet for about 10 seconds, and I already see an end city out here. This is great. Alright, we're seeing one. You can see it just kind of in the distance, just the kind of silhouette of it out there. And if we're lucky, we'll see a boat sailing away from it, but I don't know if I can see one just yet. We're gonna actually, it looks like we're gonna have to actually do a little bit of bridging to reach it, because it is quite a fair way away. So let's go ahead and head out here. Now, with end cities, there are two very, very valuable things that we're looking for in terms of loot. Actually, there's some pretty valuable things in terms of enchanted gear as well. But the two main things we're looking for, and oh my god, is that what I think it is? I think that is what I think it is. And so there's two things we're mainly looking for. That is the loot that's actually going to be in the tower itself, and then a specific loot that's going to be in a boat that's sailing away from it. So we've got incredibly lucky here so far, because there is a boat sailing away from that. And I'm going to go ahead and start bridging out across to this one, because I want to get myself to that Ender City. Phew, alright, we can breathe a sigh of relief. We've made it to the island with our end city, and we don't have to go across the void anymore, at least for now. So let's go ahead and start exploring now. We should be seeing, yep, there we go. Alright, so these guys that are firing these kind of balls at me, projectiles, bullets, whatever we want to call them, these are shulkers, and these are very valuable in terms of the loot that they can drop. So you want to be careful with these bullets that they can shoot at you, because they'll make you levitate if you get hit by them. So if I kind of get hit by one on purpose here, you can see they kind of just make me float, and I don't really have much choice in the city of the end game. There we go. So we got the advancement for arriving at the city, and I need to go ahead and get rid of this levitation now, because I'm floating up to the top of the end city, and I don't want to be. We got more shulkers on the end city who are actually shooting at us now. I'm going to jump down because I want to fight these guys. Now these guys will actually teleport when they're in danger at times, like that. That guy just did, and so did that one. They both teleported, and they will teleport to random spots nearby. Oh, we need to charge this bad boy up. Come on. Okay, we got that guy. See, did he drop any loot? He did. Great. Now he just dropped a shulker shell, which is a very useful loot drop. We'll explain in a minute, because we got a bit of a friend here in our face, and he is not a fan. Alright, he's dead. Alright, where's our other shulker? Here he is. He teleported over this way. Let's go ahead and finish him off. He didn't drop a shulker shell for us by the looks of it. I'll just double check when we get down there in a minute. One more second until our levitation ends. There we go. Alright, no shulker shell from that guy. Alright, so we're just going to head up into the city here and explore a little bit deeper. Now, these little staircases are pretty common in end cities. There are two ways to go about climbing them, but the first way is to just jump like I did, or you can place a block on every corner like so and ascend that way and make yourself a kind of staircase. That seems to be the more popular way to do it, but sometimes it's just kind of fun to jump up like it's Mario or something. So let's go ahead and get this guy here. There we go. Did he drop a shell? No, he didn't. Alright, there's some more guys up in here. Quite a few of them up in here, actually. So let's go ahead and head up this way, and we're floating. This is fine. The bullets themselves don't actually do a lot of damage, especially when you're in full diamond armor with enchantments. And let's go. Let's whack this guy up. There we go. He dropped the shell. Great. Alright, let's go finish his friend over here. Hopefully they don't teleport. He dropped the shell as well, and there's one more over here. So, oh gosh, I'm going up further. Oh, okay, it goes up higher. I didn't notice. I'm just going to sit and float over this, and hopefully when I drop, I'll just land on the ladder there. There we go. Alright, where's this other shulker? Sounded like there was another one in this kind of room here. Where is he? Okay, he must be up higher. Oh, he might be on the outside of the building, actually. That might be what it is. But we'll ignore him for the time being, because if you guys... I'm assuming you guys noticed, but there's actually some loot over here in these chests. Shulker shells, I'll pick them up and we'll explain them in a minute. So we got an ender chest here, which is just going to contain the things that we've put in our own ender chest, but what we can do is take a diamond pickaxe. Doesn't have to be diamond, but a pickaxe with silk touch, and we can go ahead and pick this up. We're going to go ahead and open this chest. We have some diamond boots with mending. We have a diamond chest plate with Unbreaking 3, and we have another diamond shovel with mending. And we also have a couple emeralds, but we're not going to worry about those because we already have hundreds back at our village with our trading setup, so we'll leave them there. Alright, so we got a little bit of loot. Let's go ahead and head a little bit further up the tower. Missed that jump there, that's fine. We're falling down even further, no problem. We can head back up and we can grab onto that ladder there. What's the best way to go about this? Let's go up here and around this, and we'll build ourselves a little bit of a path here, like so. There we go. And we'll put one there as well, and we'll climb up this bad boy. Kind of jump there, and like I said, you can go ahead and kind of weasel your way up the tower if that's not the best way to describe it. You can go ahead and spin your way up, spiral your way up like so if you're not a fan of jumping. And we got quite a tower here in front of us, so this is going to be interesting. I'm most likely going to get constantly hit by bullets here, so I'm just going to go ahead and float up, killing as many of the shulkers as we can. Now these shulkers will actually take a lot less damage when they're in their shell. So when they're kind of closed, they have a bunch of armor, and they're much more difficult to kill. Not that they're impossible, they'll just tank a few more hits, as if they had armor like a player. So let's see if we can't crossbow a few of these guys and get rid of them. They're kind of hitting each other at this point and causing dramas for themselves. Is my levitation about to end? There we go. Can we get this guy? And if we drop down to here. There we go. Awesome. Alright, is there any more close by ones? They're all kind of just in bad spots right now. There we go. Crossbow's taking them out real good. Alright, can we see any more floating around? Am I blind? There's one down there. Whoopsie. Oh gosh. Alright, so that's why you need to be careful. Because, yeah, we did our best to just try and die. But luckily we have feather falling, and that didn't take much damage. Now these things that you see on the wall here, these are actually a light source. They're called end rods, and they're actually a really good source of modern style looking light. I'm a big fan of them, and I'll most likely use them in some future builds, but for now I just want to get rid of these dang shulkers. Oh, actually I just realized, I didn't know this, but arrows seem to bounce off the shulkers when they're in their shield mode, so that's really cool. I didn't even know that. That is a fun detail that I was unaware of. Alright, so let's try and get our way up here. We want to get up this tower, so let's go ahead and pillar our way. It's not going to let us. Can we do it off this? There we go. Alright, let's pillar our way up because that's out to our boat. We'll go out there in a moment. Let's put a regular torch here to kind of mark that. How do we want to do this? Let's go ahead and put a pillar like this and head up this way. Where are we? Okay. Alrighty, let's go like that and get ourselves up here because there is loot to be had. We got an Unbreaking 3 chest piece. My god, we're being very lucky with the diamond pieces and the enchantments that are on them. Max rank enchantments, all good enchantments, and some diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and drop those. What do we got here? Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 4. Oh my god. So you can see that straight off the bat that the loot that you can get from these places is pretty nuts. We also got a Sharpness 3 diamond sword, which isn't the greatest, but it's also not bad. Is there any more chests up here? No, it just seems like we go up to the roof. No shulkers hiding their way up. Actually, I hear one out here. Where are you? He's on the side here somewhere. He's probably going to start shooting at me when I try to go out to the ship here in a moment. But let's go ahead and drop down here. Can I get down to there? There we go. Alright. Can I build here now? Alright, so now we can go out to the ship, which is floating off, sailing on its way over there. But before we do that, I don't want to get too distracted. And I want to kind of head out this way and see if we can't find a couple more shulkers to kill. Because we really want those shulker shells. And before we continue, I'll actually explain what these are. Actually, we don't actually have any means to make them right now. Actually, that's a lie. We do. Let me go ahead and clear out some of this stuff out of my inventory. And we'll put our Silk Touch pickaxe on our bar and an ender chest here. And I'll grab some wood out. So let's grab enough to make a crafting table, and then enough to make a chest. That should be all we need for the time being. And I'll go ahead and pick up my ender chest, and we'll keep this in our bag. Put that back there, and then let's go ahead and make a oh, these aren't planks yet. Let's go ahead and make a crafting table. Throw that down, and we're going to make a chest like so, and then all we have to do to make use of these shulker shells is to make a chest, put it in the center of the crafting table like that, and put a shulker shell either side, and we get a shulker box. Now a shulker box is a very, very special kind of chest. You can throw it down just like any other chest and open it, and it has this kind of spirally opening animation like so. But the beauty of shulker boxes is that I can actually take some chorus fruit here. I could even go and put all of these diamond things that I found in this shulker box, and then I can go ahead and break it. And it doesn't have to be with Silk Touch. It just has to be any diamond pickaxe, or any pickaxe. Just will break it, no problem. As far as I'm aware, I've only ever really done it with diamonds though. Just as a kind of warning, if I'll put anything on. If there's something that can actually cause the shulker box to break in terms of using like a wooden pickaxe or something, I'll put it on screen. But as far as I'm aware, there's not. But shulker boxes are very special in the way that they don't actually drop the loot held within them when you break them as a block, and you can hold them within your inventory like so, with all of the items still held within them. So it essentially functions as a backpack or an additional inventory within your inventory. So using multiple shulker boxes, you can actually have an extremely large inventory, and anytime you need to access anything within the shulker box, you just have to put it on your bar, place it on the ground, open it up, and you can access everything within it, and then when you're done, you can break it and pick it back up again. They're very, very useful and very sought after. Alrighty, so it seems as though we've explored pretty much all this city has to offer, so all that's left is for us to go out to the ship that is sailing away from our end city here. The most obvious choice for us is to go ahead and bridge out here with a 1x1, but we can see that there's actually some shulkers. And these guys might cause some trouble for us because, yeah, this boat goes out across the void. And if these shulkers are going to fire at us and make us float over the void, that's a pretty scary proposition. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is try to actually snipe these guys with my crossbow, if I can. I may have to get my bow out here because, oh, there we go. We hit that guy. We got the elevation right. Let's see if we can't finish them before we get out there, because as much as I would rather secure the shulker shells and kill them while I'm nice and close to them, I would really rather not die. So, oh, we nailed that shot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try and finish this guy as well. Oh, he's having a little peek through his shell there, making me waste arrows. Come on, buddy. Alright, going to keep doing that. I'll time it. There we go. Okay, nope. There we go. Yep. A couple more shots. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we got the two shulkers. There'll most likely be one, maybe two more inside. But basically what I'm going to do is, if I'm bridging out to it and I happen to kind of hear a shulker firing, I'll just run on back and see if we can't see him and snipe him before going back out there. So we're going to do the same thing, pucker up our bum and bridge our way on out to the ship. And there's absolutely no reason to not do this, because this is the juice. This is the stuff we want. This is the loot that we play Minecraft for. This is the loot. The loot. T-H-E, the loot to go for. Now I'm going to get my way up there like this. Let's try and get all the way up to the roof level. Yep, that's about right. We'll go one more just to be safe. And there we go. Alright, we're out on the boat. Whew, okay, that is nerve-wracking. Doesn't matter how many times I could do that, it's still nerve-wracking every single time. I can hear another shulker. Is that him out the front there? No, he's not. Okay, so we can come in here. There's a little brewing stand here, which has some instant health potions. So if that's something that you want to mess around with, then free instant health potions, that's great. There'll most likely be another shulker in here. Yep, there is indeed. And we're going to go... Okay, we got levitated. It's a bit hard to dodge those bad boys when... Come on, open up. We don't want him to teleport here, ideally. There we go. Alright, so we got another shulker shell. We got 10 in total so far, so that's pretty great. Now, we have 2 chests here. We got some iron ingots. That's great. Some iron leggings. Now, we got a diamond pickaxe with efficiency 4, mending, and silk touch. but it also has Curse of Vanishing. That's not ideal, but that's still pretty cool. We have a chest plate with Curse of Vanishing, but we can disenchant that if we want, and some Iron Horse Armor. I'll go ahead and take that, because I haven't actually found any horse armor just yet, and you can't actually craft that, so that's pretty cool. Now, you may be wondering, that's some pretty trash loot, Belamy, but it's this here. This is what we want. This is Elytra, and instead of rotating it here, I'm going to go ahead and pop it out, and I'll get the advancement, the sky's the limit for Find Elytra. And these bad boys, these are wings, and we can put these on, and we can actually use these to fly. But we're not going to do that just yet, because I don't want to risk losing them before getting out of the end here. So we're actually going to go ahead and put our diamond chest plate back on. We're going to put our end chest down. We're going to go ahead and put our elytra in there, so they're nice and safe. We may as well throw in our few diamond things and our shulker box from earlier. We'll put in our shulker shells to save them. Is there anything else of value here that I really want to make sure that I 100% save? Not particularly, so let's go ahead and take our Silk Touch pickaxe, take our end chest with us, and we're going to start heading back out of the end. There's still a little tiny bit of the city that might be worth exploring, but we're going to go ahead and... Whoa! Okay, that was a bit risky. But, oh, and I almost completely forgot to mention, I actually had to come back into the end to show you guys this, but there's actually one important thing on the boat that I actually completely forgot about, and that is the fact that you can actually get a dragon head all the way out on the front of the boat here. So, a lot of people ask, how do you get dragon heads, and this is what you're looking for here. So, we got a dragon head on the front here. I'm going to go ahead and do I actually have any blocks to actually build out there? I don't. Let's go ahead and just grab pickaxe here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut some of these. I actually had to come back after the fact recording this video and show you guys this, because I completely forgot about the dragon head thing. And I just knew that people would ask eventually in the comments that, oh, how do we end up getting a dragon head? And if I show this in this video, at least I help with that. So you can just go ahead and build around the dragon head just to make sure it's nice and safe. And then you can just go ahead and break it like so, and you have yourself a dragon head, and you can take that back to your base, place it down wherever you want, collect it, whatever it is you want to do. It's all well and good, and yeah, that's about it. Alrighty, so we have raided the city, we've cleared it out, got all the loot that we want. We got some shulker shells, which will be shulker boxes later on, and we also got our hands on the famous elytra, so I can't wait to get back to my base, whip that out of my ender chest, and have some fun with it. So we're going to head on back here, and I'll see you guys back at my chalet. Oh, also, real quick, anyone who wanted to know the coordinates, if you're playing along on the seed, not quite at the city, but if you get to this location, you'll be able to see it, no problem. We're at X.23, Y.57, and Z.2013. So head to those coordinates, you'll be able to see the city, absolutely no problem. I'm going to go ahead and sprint across the void here with my pants up around my... Oh gosh, this is just not good. Let's just skip forward until we're back at our base, guys. I'll see you there. Alright, we are back home. Hello, Buttercup. How are you doing? Our old friend from just today. We're going to go ahead and place our ender chest. Now, I haven't actually picked a spot to actually put our permanent ender chest up here, but let's go ahead and just place it there for now. And we're going to... We'll sort out the rest of the loot later, but we're going to go ahead and take out our elytra, because we're going to end this video with a bit of a test flight. So, there's a few things that we're going to need. Let's try and sort this inventory out just a little bit here. There we go. Alright, so there's a couple things we're going to need. First, I'm going to put our ender pearls away, and we're going to take some gunpowder from our chest here, and then we're going to go and collect a little bit of paper. Actually, the other thing we'll need some enchantments, because we can actually put some pretty useful enchantments on this bad boy. There's only 2 enchantments I can go on it, which is Unbreaking 3. What was that sound? Which is... Sorry, got a little bit distracted. I thought I could hear something in my house. But what we can actually put on this thing is we can put Unbreaking 3 and Mending. So, Unbreaking 3 is going to give it a little bit more durability, so it won't be destroyed as quick, because it will lose durability while you're flying around. And the other one is Mending, which will allow us to actually repair it over time as we gain XP and such, to make sure that it never actually expires. So there we go. We have our elytra with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. that thing is ready to go. So let's go ahead and put that on. Beautiful. Alright, let's have a look. How do we look? Our enchanted elytra. Oh, it's amazing. Alright, so the first thing you can do with this is you can go ahead and climb up onto a bit of a high place. And you'll be able to glide. So we can go ahead and just go off our bridge here. And if you jump and then press space, you'll be able to glide. And you can glide like so. And glide around like this. And I like to do this in first person, just because it's easier for me to fly that way. And I can go ahead like this, and I can actually fly around like so. And you'll notice that the elytra, since I flew just a little bit, it's actually going to take a little bit of damage in terms of its durability. So you need to make sure that you keep an eye on that and use your mending to keep it up to scratch. But it'll actually last quite a while, like so. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually grab a little bit of paper, because there is a really cool interaction. It's intended, obviously, but what we can do is we can take a little bit of paper here, go over to our crafting table, and we can combine our gunpowder with that paper to make some firework rockets. And you can simply mouse over your firework rockets, and while you're gliding with your elytra, you're actually able to fire the firework rockets as a way to propel yourself, which looks a little bit like this. And we can fly. Which means I can basically fly forever. It's a glide, but we can propel ourselves using the firework rockets. So I can now fly around as much as I like. As long as I have firework rockets, I can stay flying for as long as I want, as long as I don't accidentally destroy my elytra. You can see they're still pretty much full durability. And I can go as fast as I want in whatever direction. And this is a very good means of traveling in survival, and it's very, 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 very fun to do as well. Now, the one thing I will point out is if you just kind of crash into the ground at full speed, you will take a little bit of full damage, and in some cases, a lot of full damage. In fact, you could actually kill yourself if you're not careful. So what we're going to do is we're going to really quickly sleep here, and then we'll do a little bit more flying. Hello, sir. I got my bed snuck over here in the corner. Alright, so for elytra, the best way to go about things is to fly, and when you go to land, you want to kind of just do 180s, do 360s, just spin like that, and it will slow yourself down. Or if once you get a bit better, you can actually go ahead and come in fast, and then just right at the last second, just kind of spin, and you'll be able to slow your momentum completely. So if I come in fast like this and just spin, I can slow my momentum pretty well doing that. If you want to see what that looks like in third person, oh, I'm not used to flying too much in third person, but we can go in for a landing, and before you come in, you don't want to go too fast, so you want to just kind of spin like that and land nicely. Now, what will happen if you actually, I'll show you guys what will happen if you fail to slow down like that and you want to fly directly into the ground. Hopefully this doesn't kill me, but let's just go ahead and land like that. There we go. Alright, we took a fair chunk of damage, and that wasn't even too fast. You can imagine if I was going full speed, or close to it, you can actually end up killing yourself if you run in. If I was to go directly down into the ground like that, and fire a rocket as I hit the ground as well, I'd most likely die to full damage, so you need to be super careful. You also may be wondering how I'm taking off just from a standing position. Simply, all you want to do is press space twice, so you'll press space once to jump, and a second time to glide. And then before you hit the ground, you'll see if I jump and then glide, I hit the ground like a second later. You want to fire a rocket and then aim yourself upwards, and you'll be able to take off pretty much at any point in whatever direction, however you like. And this is going to be so good. I'll be able to travel around so much faster, land on the top floor of my house here. I'm so excited. Oh my god, I can't believe I waited this long to go get elytra. We spent too many episodes decorating this house and our village and everything. Oh, it's so good. But anyway, guys, it's been a good episode today. We found an end city very, very quickly, quicker than I was expecting to, and we got ourselves a good deal of shulker shells so we can make ourselves a bunch of shulker boxes. We also got our hands on a bunch of new diamond pieces of armor and gear with all actually really decent enchantments on them, except for the ones that had Curse of Vanishing and stuff like that. And we also got our elytra. So big episode today, guys. From now on in the old Prime Survival series, we'll most likely be flying around a lot more. than what we have previously, because, you know, we haven't really been flying around at all. So, yeah. This is a pretty exciting thing, but what Elytra means is we're going to have to get ourselves a kind of creeper / mob grinding farm, because we're probably going to run out of gunpowder for our firework rockets pretty quickly if I just spend my time flying around like a crazy person like this. So that's going to be something that's going to be made in the upcoming episodes, so look forward to that, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Join my Discord if you want to hang out with like-minded people who enjoy Minecraft and enjoy this series as well. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Prime Survival. Cheers, guys.